As the Premier indicated, there's 83 cases linked to the Avalon cluster, and there were 15 cases reported overnight. I think I'd just like to clarify that when we talk about community transmission, we make the distinction between those cases that are directly linked to cases and whether or when they're unlinked. And I think we've had that experience throughout the our COVID response. In terms of the cases, clearly there is evidence of community transmission in the Northern Beaches area, and hence that's why it is critical that we ask everyone to adhere to the directions that the Minister has put in place, and to only leave home for those essential reasons, and reminding people that visitors into that area or people can only enter the Northern Beaches for the essential reasons as well. We're also indicating that the direction applies to people that may have left the Northern Beaches after the 10th. So if you have left the Northern Beaches areas, local government area, since the 10th, it is critical that you follow the directions as if you were still residing in the Northern Beaches. So in effect, self-isolating and really not leaving the house except for essential reasons. We're also asking everyone to be incredibly vigilant and present for testing, and I want to acknowledge the good work of the Northern Beaches community in coming out for testing in droves. I appreciate that they have experienced some delays. We are working as hard as possible, but the test turnaround times to reassure the community are still holding up, and the majority of people are getting those tests well within the 24-hour period. In terms of the concerns, as the Premier indicated, we have yet to find the source of the infection and the route that has led to the seeding event that we believe occurred around that 11th of December at the RSL and was amplified by attendance at the Avalon Bolo and other sites within. Amplification occurred in other settings within that vicinity on the Northern Beaches. But we also have known that people have travelled into the Northern Beaches and attended some of those venues. So we know that some people within the Northern Beaches also work outside. And we have had a number of clusters that have arisen outside, all linked, can I stress, all linked to the Avalon cluster at this point. But what we want to do is make sure that there is no further spread from those clusters outwards. So in relation to the Turramurra salon for hair, we have 5 cases linked to that hair salon, and people who attended any time between Tuesday the 15th of December and Friday the 18th of December are close contacts and need to test and self-isolate for 14 days since they were last there. We believe we have contacted the vast majority of people, but some people had incorrect or illegible contact details. So what I'm asking is that friends and relatives of people that know people go to the Turramurra salon for hair, please prompt your friends and relatives to check whether they attended on those days and follow the health advice, get tested immediately, and please isolate if you're that 1 or 2 people that we haven't managed to track down at the moment. In relation to the Rose of Australia Hotel at Erskineville, this was previously identified as a close contact venue on our website. What I can say is that we've had another case linked to that venue, and so that gives added urgency and an added message to reinforce that everyone at that venue is in fact a close contact. And so if you have been there on the evening of the 15th of December between 7 to 9 p.m, you are a close contact. You need to get immediately tested and self-isolate. And can I thank all those who have already adhered to that or have responded to the message. Again, we are aware that the records were incomplete in the fact that we know that some people have heard through friends and family and have been contacted through those means. Again, I stress, if you know that you've been there with a party, just check that everyone is aware of those details. Please help us and assist us if there are any minor gaps in the data from that hotel. I would also like to just update in relation to aged care. Aged care facilities are considered particularly vulnerable, so we are asking that visitors do not, that aged care facilities for the next while, till Wednesday, do not have any visitors. We'll update our advice, but this is to again make sure we don't have any inadvertent seeding events in those, into those nursing homes, which are particularly vulnerable, until we're sure about the extent and scope of the outbreak. Again, whilst we have a strong focus on the northern beaches, it is important that we have no complacency across the Greater Sydney region, but in particular that complacency must not exist across the whole of New South Wales. So please, I urge, if you've got the mildest of symptoms, please come forward for testing and self-isolate until you have a negative result. The website is going to be continually updated. Every time we interview cases or we double-check cases, the information on the website changes. Also, as we have new cases, it may change our view of a venue. So we may have thought that transmission might not have occurred at a venue, but then, as I said, monitor that website for changed information. And thank you for playing your part in helping us bring this under control. Thank you.